What's up, you guys? Today I'm working on preserving some eggs. The warm weather and that fall spring we've been having really tricked my chickens into laying a ton of eggs over this past weekend. Today's Monday. Over the course of 2 days, I got just under 80 eggs from my 28 hens, which is a crazy amount of eggs. So we need to preserve some of these. So today I'm going to be making some chicken salad and then some egg salad. I like hard-boiled eggs in my chicken salad, so we're gonna do that. I have some leftover chicken in the fridge from the weekend, so we're gonna use that up as well. Plus, yesterday I made my husband a week's worth of breakfast burritos and used a little over a dozen eggs in those. So we already have a dozen down. This morning I broke out my Instant Pot and started hard boiling a ton of eggs in there. That's the first time I've done that. I used the 5-5-5 method, and I have my eggs chilling in the ice water right now, and then we're gonna have to start peeling them. And that's the one thing I really hate to do, is peel hard-boiled eggs. And this is supposed to make it really easy to peel hard-boiled eggs, so we're trying this for the first time, but that's on the agenda today, so let's get going.
Been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. All I threw in were Lorry's, some pepper, onion powder, a little bit of Cajun seasoning, and then mayo. I am going to start making my own mayo. I have one more jar after this, and then we're going to start making our own mayo with some of our eggs. And then usually I would throw in some mustard. I don't have any mustard right now, so I threw in a little bit of lemon juice instead, just to give it a little bit of acidity. And I'm just going to put this in the fridge, and the egg salad is completely done. I did take out a couple of the hard-boiled eggs for chicken salad, and also my son particularly loves hard-boiled eggs, so just for some eating, and I'll probably put 3 of these in my chicken salad. But before I start my chicken salad, I just got Cleo down for her first morning nap. It's just after 9 o'clock. I'm gonna run out and let the chickens out. We have, for the next 10-day forecast, it's supposed to snow 6 of the next 10 days. So the snow's supposed to hit tonight. So today is probably the last day I'm going to be able to let them out to free range for a while. So I'm gonna let them out, let them enjoy the day, and later tonight I'm probably gonna go out once my husband gets home and he can sit with Cleo, so I can go out into the coop for an extended period of time and lay down fresh hay and stock nesting boxes full of straw. That way they have that because they're gonna be cooped in. So I'm gonna run out and do that really quick before the day really starts here. I am also gonna bring out all my eggshells right away. I just give these back to my chickens, and it helps with calcium to actually keep their eggshells hard. So that way I don't have to give them oyster shells or anything. I just feed them back their own shells, and it works really well that way. I forgot to grab an egg basket. I always do that, so I'm just gonna throw them in my scraps bucket. I'm gonna have to most likely wash these eggs anyways. They actually look pretty clean. That's really unfortunate for me. But okay, these are dirty eggs. Okay, now I don't feel as bad about forgetting an egg basket. I told you guys in another video I had a broody mama. This is my broody mom. She was a spring chicken from last year. So I have no idea how good of a mommy she's going to be. I have some other chickens who hatch eggs every year, and they're great. So we're gonna see how she does this year. So that's exciting. So there's our mama. She's sitting on 8 eggs right now, so we'll see. Because I have so many eggs right now, I'm really considering taking a whole day and just
cranking out a ton of pasta and taking a couple days to dry out my own pasta. I'm gonna see what happens. I just have so many eggs right now. You just watched me use, I think over the last 2 days I've went through 4 dozen, and we just brought in another like 3 dozen eggs. So it's a great problem to have. Just as soon as you're using them, you're replenishing. It's great. I have some family coming up later this week to get eggs, probably on Friday, but I'm thinking we have the eggs and I want to stop buying store pasta anyways. I've been slowly but surely doing that, but I like the convenience of having store pasta. So maybe what I need to do is just take an afternoon or like a whole Saturday and just block that whole day for pasta making, break out my pasta maker and make a ton of pasta and get that drying. I think that'd be cool to bring you guys along with too. It's something that I've been talking about doing for a while. I know you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts on the pasta beyond and things like that. So maybe we'll do that over the next couple of days. But while Cleo is still sleeping, I want to get the chicken salad made. That way it's ready and I can have that for lunch today. So I have some leftover chicken from this weekend that I made. I roasted a ton of chicken quarters that I still had in the fridge. So I'm gonna pull those out of here and we're gonna get those stripped and make some chicken salad really quick. And it's so easy to throw together. Okay, so here are my leftover chicken quarters from this weekend. It was actually really funny. I made like roasted chicken quarters and mashed potatoes, and then I don't know what happened that night, but everybody fell asleep at like 5 o'clock, right as dinner was ready. Everybody fell asleep, so nobody ate. So actually my husband, he woke up just in time as I was going to bed, and then he threw everything in the refrigerator for me. So I'm just gonna pick these clean and put together some chicken salad, which is what I was planning on doing with these leftovers anyways. So these are some chicken quarters that you guys saw during the pantry challenge. I wanted to get out of my freezer. I ended up having way more chicken quarters than I thought, which is actually pretty good. I don't reach for these as often because they're not as convenient as having chicken breast or something, because you don't have to pick around bones or like the skin, anything like that. So that's why I haven't reached for these. But I got these during the pandemic when it was really hard to find chicken there for a really long time in my area, so I was buying these. So we got to get these used up. And then the other really exciting thing is over the weekend, where we buy our pigs or our hogs locally, we actually get them from our neighbor, and we were supposed to get one in the fall, but they accidentally oversold, which is a great problem to have. Just to make their life a little bit easier, we said like, hey, don't worry about our pig, we'll get one when your next batch is ready. Well, they called us, they had, for whatever reason, a pig become available, a whole pig. So we decided that we were gonna go ahead and purchase a whole pig. That went to the butcher over the weekend. So pretty soon we'll be having a ton of pork, which is awesome. Last year was the first year that we did we did half a pig last year. So we didn't know exactly what kind of cuts we were gonna like or anything like that. So this year we went and did things a little bit differently in how we had things butchered. Last year we wanted a lot of breakfast sausages and a lot of bacon. So this year we decided to do one batch of breakfast sausage, and the rest of it we're having made into Italian sausage, which is something we didn't get any of last year. So hopefully this works a little bit better for us this year, because we still had to buy that, and that was also hard to find last year in my area. So we're really excited about that as well. So that always makes us very happy. So I'm just gonna go through and break up some of these bigger chunks of chicken. I really like to eat my chicken salad in a tortilla with pickles and lettuce, maybe a little tomato. I love this in the summertime when we have all the summer veggies coming out of the garden. It's so good. But typically I would throw in some celery and some raw onion. I don't have either one of those right now. I do have celery in the freezer that I think I'm gonna go get and chop up really fine and throw in here. But other than that, I like to keep it really simple because I think that's how it tastes the best. Okay, so this is broken down enough. I'm gonna quick wash my hands and we're gonna throw in the rest of the ingredients. My husband and I were also talking and we're thinking that this spring we're going to do meat chickens. I think what we decided on, because we're trying to figure out if we want to do 2 batches or if we want to do it all in one big batch. And I think we decided we're going to do 2 batches, half in the spring and half in the fall, especially because we've never done this completely on our own before. My husband did this as a kid, so he has a little bit of experience. My grandparents did this, so I have a little bit of experience, but not enough to know exactly what we're doing here. I'm going to chop up 3 of these hard-boiled eggs to put in my chicken salad, but we want to start being more self-sufficient in that way. Our goal this year is to have about 80% of all of our food either locally sourced or grown here on what we feel pretty comfortable now referring to as our homestead. We have plans to put in a really big garden and add an orchard this year. So me and my husband were really talking about this weekend because we came together and had a really big budget meeting for the next couple of months to try to figure out how we want to move ahead, making ourselves more self-sustainable. So the talk right now is to do some cherry trees, some apple trees, and a couple pear trees, and put the orchard in this year. That's a really big goal. Another goal is to expand our berry production so that way we can start making more of our own jams and jellies. And also our kids love berries. We go through so many of them if you watch our grocery haul, so we want to be able to make more for ourselves, also just for fresh eating. And those are 2 things that are fairly not super expensive and will be easy to start. So we want to get those going. Also because they take a little bit of time to get established as well. I'm just adding in the exact same spices I added in the egg salad to the chicken salad. A little bit of lemon juice as well. And then I'm just going to dump in the rest of this mayo. But between that and starting our meat birds this year, we're really excited. We're hoping to provide enough chicken, not only for our family, but for my husband's parents, possibly some of my siblings and things, just so we can really be a little bit more sufficient as like a little community here, which is also really exciting. So this spring we're going to expand the garden. We're expanding the chicken coop right now. I'm also playing around with the idea of maybe doing a couple turkeys, because if we're doing chickens, it might not be that big of a deal to throw in a couple turkeys in the mix, probably like 4 of them maybe. Because if we're already raising birds, we might as well just raise birds, right? So we're talking about that. We're just trying to figure out exactly what breed of chicken we want to do for meat this year. So we're gonna play around with that, which is really awesome. So there, my chicken salad is done. I like my chicken salad to actually be a little bit dry. I don't like a ton of mayo to begin with. So I've got my chicken salad done, my egg salad's done, and I still have a couple hard-boiled eggs for my son for snacks and stuff, or for breakfast. So now all I have to do is clean up the kitchen, and I think I'm done for the day for egg prep, which is awesome because I'm taking the next 2 weeks and really deep cleaning and spring cleaning my house. So I wanted to get my kitchen projects done early this morning so that I can move on the rest of the day to starting spring cleaning, just moving through my house 1 room at a time. So thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me today and doing all of the egg things. And thank you guys so much for taking a little time of your day to hang out with me. And I'll catch you guys in another video. Bye.